Happy Saturday evening, everyone. There it is. The sun has gone down. Oh, my boys are running in to see me. They're thinking it's biscuit time, but I didn't bring them out. I'll have to give them to them later. But why is that so relevant? That is the beautiful red sunset. The sun has just gone down on the 21st of June, summer solstice, the longest day in the year. If you were lucky enough to tune in to the summer solstice live at Stonehenge in England, you get the whole effect. But that's it. From now on, the days get shorter. So, what's going on today? You know, it's amazing to me how much hate and tension this current president, Donald Trump, and his elected team have managed to generate. I already thought our politics were polarized and gradually getting more so for the last 20 years. But this last 3.5 years has been unbelievable. And it's total manipulation. I mean, it's just his playbook. It's divide and conquer everywhere. And anytime he is criticized or someone tries to do the right thing, if it doesn't please his agenda, he goes after them on a personal basis. It's not just business, it's war and it's personal. Total destruction. So, how do we think about that? Hi guys, how are you? So I don't like to be manipulated. You got all of these fringe groups, and you've got, a lot of normal, reasonable, intelligent Americans who, for whatever reason, it's certainly not my view, but for whatever reason, they think Trump is a great president, or he's good enough, or he's better than the alternatives. And that's America. That's choice. That's free choice. The problem I have is that he's become the poster child for every fanatic white supremacist, neo-Nazi, crazy group in America. And they've come to the forefront. They don't even hide anymore. They don't even make pretense about it. That is down to Trump. And that is not America. Actually, that behavior doesn't belong anywhere in the world. So, when I see what goes on today, the Trump rally, supposedly 1 million people wanted to get in. And it turns out that the overflow center with the 19,000 stadium was actually abandoned, as there weren't enough people to get to overflow. So from 1 million to, I don't know. And those, however many people were in there, tens of thousands in the stadium, that they did use. The OK Stadium, I think it is, Tulsa. No social distancing. Masks optional. 6 of the organizing team already tested positive for COVID-19. President Trump and his press secretary already announced they're not wearing masks. I mean, this is likely to be a super cluster. Because logically it will be. I mean, it just is. And so the Supreme Court of Tulsa voted against the plaintiff action to force social distancing rules, and it was overruled. It was no social distancing needed. How does that work? And then in New York, top lawyer for New York has been summarily fired. Mr. Bergman, he said he was elected and the president doesn't have the right to fire him. But the president did anyway, implemented by his new puppet, Attorney General Barr. Another frightening development. And the reason this is happening is in part, significant part, because the opposition's so weak. You know? So I couldn't stomach another 4 years of this kind of hate and vitriol and deliberately manufactured tension. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But the alternative is also very worrying. It's very weak. So I guess it depends who will be the smart people in the room when a new cabinet gets elected. Because another 4 years of American isolation on the world stage and losing battle with China and giving Mr. Putin a free hand to do whatever he wants with Russia in the Balkan region is probably irreversible, certainly in the foreseeable future. Ay, what a mess. So, the American dream? I don't think so. What do you all think? I don't know if you noticed my cryptic comments to tea. PG Tips brand, a Unilever brand in England, #1 selling tea I believe, and Yorkshire tea, an excellent strong tea. I have a packet of both of them here. So, turns out that some woman in Yorkshire says, "I'm so glad that my favourite tea company, Yorkshire Tea, hasn't sided with Black Lives Matter." To which they immediately responded to her, "We've been deliberating on what our actions will be, but we certainly side with Black Lives Matter, and please don't drink our tea." To which she apparently responded, "Well, it's a shame, I'll have to go and drink another brand like PG Tips. And that sucks." Which created an excellent response, which you wouldn't expect from a nice large corporation like a subsidiary of Unilever. But they responded, "Yes, that does suck. That means there's 2 brands of tea you can't drink." And they ended up with a hashtag solidarity, with the last 3 letters being TEA. Oh, I thought it was very cool. I modified it for humanity, with TEA being the last 3 letters, because I thought it was beautiful. So it's little kind of light-hearted stuff, but it's all serious, you know. Who are these people who think that white is superior? I don't get it, you know. On what planet? Yeah. So it's not just the US. That was a UK example. In France they've been protesting. All over Europe they have been interpreting Black Lives Matter in a way that is personal to them and relevant to their countries. So it's a good thing. And the coronavirus still occupies second stage, but front line, and various states' rates of infection are increasing and mortality. And Oklahoma, what a surprise, is one of them already. So this Trump convention will certainly help. The visitors there had to sign a waiver saying they won't help re-elect Donald Trump Inc. liable if they get sick and die. So I have to laugh, really. It's so sad, it's funny. What do you all think? Are you proud of America today? Honestly? If you're a Trump supporter, are you proud of America? I don't know. We have diminished in the eyes of the world, and maybe the people that believe in Trump don't recognize that as a relevant factor. But I think it's important because what it means is we're losing our influence in the world. And if we lose our influence in the world, we lose our power in the world. We lose negotiating power. We hand on a plate marginal regimes with questionable ethics into the hands of China and or Russia and or Iran, because there's plenty of the real fringe players that are getting help from Iran these days. When did that start? That started when we destabilized the only country that was actually keeping Iran at bay, which was Iraq. But attacking Iraq was a huge mistake, and attacking anyone was a huge mistake, but if we were going to attack a country, we chose the wrong one. So, there it is. 20 years later, was that 2001 war? 20 years later, we see the effect of that. But it was a good week, if you believe in humanity. LGBTQ and DACA Supreme Court decisions certainly were worth the price of the ticket. That's it, guys. Caught a little sun today. I did walk out a little bit earlier. It's been a big cleanup day. Washing, shampoo, like mats and stuff, and yeah, all of that. Just domestic chores stuff. Anyway, you take care. Look after yourselves.